Hey VC, it's Jonathan, your cheap and cheerful record collector. I hope everybody's doing well out there. Hope everybody had a nice holiday season, and Santa was good to everybody who was good and got stuff you wanted, and got to be with family. Even remotely would be good to be with family this time of year. New Year's is coming up, so I hope everybody is ready for a great new year. And looking forward to it. Looking forward to being done with 2020 for sure. This can be my last video for the season, for the year, obviously. And I thought I'd do a wrap up of a bunch of records I've picked up. Some mostly from Goodwill, some gifts, some from local record stores. So got a diverse group of records here, so let's get on it. First one was a record was sent to me by a friend. We've been sending things back and forth, and he knows my taste, and it's Little Walter. This is a blues album. It's a UK pressing. Couldn't find a date on the pressing of it. The songs on it were recorded between 1954, I think is the earliest, up to 1964. So within a 10-year period there. He has Willie Dixon plays back up with him on a bunch of them. Robert Lockwood Jr. is on some of these. Some great stuff out of Chicago. Great Little Walter on harmonica called Quarter to 12. Sorry about the glare there. Quarter to 12. I really enjoyed the hell out of this on a label called Red Lightning. Red Lightning out of the UK. So that was a nice little gift from a friend. I appreciate that. Next one, this was at a local record store. I was sort of, maybe yes, maybe no. But then I saw that it was signed by Al Cohn, who plays on this great album. It's called Tenor Conclave. Has Hank Mobley, Al Cohn, John Coltrane, and Zoot Sims. Again, I couldn't find a date on this. It's an OJC Prestige release. As the Prestige label, we all know. Also has, those are all saxophone players, in case you were unaware. Hank Mobley, Al Cohn, Zoot Sims, and John Coltrane. And backing them up is Red Garland on piano, Paul Chambers on bass, Art Taylor on drums. And it's a wonderful record. Really glad to have this one in the collection. Tenor Conclave. When I was also there, I picked this one up. Not expensive, and glad to have it in my collection. And it's Art Pepper. And this is Art Pepper Thursday night at the Village Vanguard. I guess they put out 3 records, Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday night at the Village Vanguard. Recorded in 1977. Yeah, at the Village Vanguard, New York. With George Cables on piano, George Mraz on bass, and Elvin Jones on drums. Great album. One of the times Art Pepper was actually out of jail and coherent from all the drugs he was taking, but what a great show, man. When he was just fantastic. Very bluesy, really love it. Art Pepper. Speaking of drug-addicted musicians, jazz musicians, found this at Goodwill. Bill Evans, 65. Original stereo recording or pressing from 1965 on Verve. You all know the Verve label, nothing special there. But to find this at Goodwill for less than $2, I was blown away. In really good condition. The jacket itself is not fantastic shape, but record plays really well, and it's a beautiful, beautiful album. Bill Evans Trio with Chuck Israel on bass and Larry Bunker on drums. Obviously recorded 1965. So good. And Bill Evans is getting very big now. Everybody's on the Bill Evans train. They've been re-releasing a lot of his stuff for Record Store Day. It seems like every Record Store Day there's another 2 LP set by Bill Evans. I didn't get the last one, which was recorded at Ronnie Scott's in London, but fantastic find. Bill Evans. Also there at the same record store in downtown Portland here, I saw this album. Whenever I see anything by this guy, I always grab it because you never see him. And it's a guy called Duck Baker. And Duck is a guitar player. There's Duck. And this is The Art of Fingerstyle Jazz Guitar. And this was on Kicking Mule Records. And this is from, what year? I'm going to say the 70s, but I don't have it right on here. And it's great. The Summertime, Take the A Train, Sweet and Lovely, Stomping at the Savoy, I'm in a Sentimental Mood, etc. On there's certain labels, whenever I see, I grab. You know, Kicking Mule, always grab it. And they give, this is sort of cool. In there comes the lyric sheet and a coupon for the book, Art of Fingerstyle Jazz Guitar, with all the signatures for playing. It's all solo, him just picking guitar, but a wonderful jazz guitar player. Duck does, I have a couple of his albums, and never disappointed. Duck Baker. Found this at Goodwill. Didn't know the guy, never heard of him, but Joe Thomas, but it says the great Lunsford tenor. So I looked him up. Obviously played for the Jimmy Lunsford band. Album's called Raw Meat. So how can you not pick it up for less than $1? It's with Jimmy Rollins on piano and vocals, Walter Booker on bass, and Akira Tana on drums. This was great. Very bluesy, obviously with that kind of name. Mid-70s recording. 1980 recording. On Uptown Records. Love the label. Cool label, Uptown Records. And supposedly he didn't do a lot of recording as a leader of a band. Recorded mostly as a player in other people's bands. And this is one of the few times he was a leader. Really good condition, sounds great. And I love that bluesy kind of jazz anyway, so really happy to get that in my collection. Also there, I can't pass up Ella Fitzgerald in Hollywood. Recorded live at the Crescendo. There's some water damage to the back of the record, but the cover, but the record's clean. Again on Verve. In mono. Does This Could Be the Start of Something Big, Got the World on a String, Take the A Train, Stairway to the Stars, Satin Doll, Blue Moon, Baby Won't You Please Come Home, etc. So, the great Ella Fitzgerald. Now the next guy, you always see this guy's records, at least I always see them here in Maine all the time at Goodwill. And it's Chet Atkins. And I usually pass them by. At one time I had like 15 Chet Atkins albums in my collection. And I whittled that down to like 4 or 5 that I really needed. But I saw this, and it says Chet Atkins, Stay Tuned. And I started looking in the back. It includes George Benson, Earl Klugh, Larry Carlton, and my favorite, Mark Knopfler. So, Chet Atkins and Mark Knopfler and those other guys, I figured for less than $2, I couldn't let it sit there. And it's really nice, not overdone. I thought it'd be a little schmaltzy and overdone with strings and stuff, but they sort of kept that to a minimum. And enjoyable album, absolutely. Good stuff. Next one, this is a record I saw at Goodwill, and I didn't buy it. And I came home and I went online. I was looking at Facebook, and someone mentioned they got an album by this guy. So I wrote and said, is this something I should go back and pick up? And he said, absolutely. So I went back to Goodwill. It was still sitting there. And it's an album called The Master and the Musician by Phil Keaggy. Now, I had no idea who Phil Keaggy was. Turns out he was in a band called Glass Harp originally. And then he found Jesus, I guess, and he does all religious music at this point. But this is an all instrumental album. and he can pick. He can pick. Some of the songs I like better than other for sure, but generally, really good album. What can I say? It says, it has long been my heart's desire to do an instrumental album for you. Many sides of me expressed in the context of the master and the musician. The years have contributed to this music, my love of old English melodies, classical guitar, jazz, and rock and roll. And that's all in this album. There is some synthesizer going on here and there, but generally pretty clean on New Song Records from 1978. I don't know if New Song is a religious label or not, but really good album. I was really pleasantly surprised. Man can definitely play the guitar. So that was a nice find. Next one is another type of record where it's a blind buy. It was a blind buy initially, but whenever I see anything on Rounder Records, that's always a hint that should be something I like. And I put this guy's record on Rounder about 2-3 years ago. And since then, whenever I see his name, when I see the record by him, I always grab it. And it's a Guy Van Duzer, or Dusser, I call him Duzer, I guess, on Rounder Records. And again, acoustic guitar. There's another guy, Bill Novick, who plays with him, plays on some of the other albums I have with him. And he backs him up on this. There are 2 songs where Bill plays the penny whistle, and I find it a little bit annoying. All right, a lot annoying. But when Guy is just playing guitar by himself, just great. Again, those classics: Chattanooga Choo Choo, Ain't She Sweet, Guitar Boogie, Sweet and Low Down, Embraceable You, As Time Goes By. He does a whole medley of Great Western TV medleys, Maverick and all those kinds of songs. So it's sort of fun. And he's a great picker on Rounder Records. We all know Rounder. So there are certain labels, whenever I see, I always say, oh, I'll give it, if it's not a lot of money and it's clean, I'll give it a shot. Rounder is one of those records. Next one, this was a Goodwill. They had a whole bunch of albums from Brazil, and they were all really destroyed, scratched, just messed up, and except for one. So I grabbed this one, and it's Gilberto Gil, and from Brazil, pressed in Brazil on Fontana label. And there's the back. It's pretty great album. Pretty great album. It's a repress, not the original, but still, Discogs is showing this at like $35 for this copy. And an original from '68, I think it was originally pressed, is worth like close to $100. This is from '82. But the very Brazilian kind of music, and really great. Really enjoying this. Gilberto Gil. Next one is a record I picked up and probably a year or 2 ago, listened to it once and said, nah, not really for me, and got rid of it. And I saw it again with another friend, and he said, why did you ever get rid of that? That's a great album. So I said, well, next time I see it, I'll grab it. So I popped up last week, and I grabbed it called Lone Justice. And the second time I listened to it, I sort of liked it a lot more. And some of the songs are better than others, but generally, solid album. Sort of roots rock, I guess you'd call it. Came to the original inner sleeve, which is nice, with the lyrics, some of the lyrics. And on Geffen Records, nothing special there. Really Geffen label. But yeah, better than I expected it to be on second go-round. I really seem to enjoy this. So, you know, Americana, rock and roll. Pretty good, pretty good. Also at Goodwill, again, I can't walk away from it. Even if I have everything by him, I can't not pick it up. This is Buddy Holly. This is 20 Golden Hits by Buddy Holly on MCA Records. This was, I think, a UK pressing, if I remember right. A German pressing. So, can never leave Buddy Holly stuff sitting there, especially in good condition. And a German pressing to boot, so that's sort of cool. And it has all his basic stuff. Peggy Sue, Maybe Baby, Rave On, Early in the Morning, Bo Diddley, Brown Eyed Handsome Man, That'll Be the Day. Can't go wrong with Bo. And last but not least, another treasure that I found at Goodwill, Sly and the Family Stone, Fresh. And I got 2 different people wrote their names on the cover, which is really even better. Gatefold on Epic Records came with the original inner sleeve with all the lyrics, which is cool. And on the orange Bullseye Epic label. This was the album I think that he recorded and wouldn't let them release it and kept redoing it and redoing it. Took him like over a year to redo this album. He kept, every time I listened to it, he would redo it again and change things around. Finally, I think they got fed up and just released the album. But you can't go wrong with Sly. There you go, Sly and the Family Stone. So that's the newest stuff I've picked up in the past couple of weeks. I know I've said this before and other people have said it too. I think I'm going to slow down in buying the records. I got so much that I really don't need any more right now. I'm really going to try to put brakes on it for the next couple of months. So I may not be doing a lot more videos for a while, but we'll see, because things change all the time. You never know. It's going to get a call tomorrow and I might pick up a whole new collection. So who knows? But my attitude is going into the new year is to cut back and buy less and spend more time listening and less time digging. So until next time, I want to thank all my new subscribers, everybody who's taken the time to watch the videos, who have taken the time to hit that little bell and to subscribe. I appreciate it. And I love comments. Anybody want to leave a comment, I'll always answer as many comments as quickly as I can. And here's hoping everybody a happy and a healthy new year. And until next time, peace.